Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be updating you again as we always do on this channel. Subscribe, press that like button as always. Now, we all know, we're all adamant now, Coutinho wants the move. He wants to depart Liverpool. He has all his desire to force the move out of Liverpool. This is what's been breaking out in reports. He wants to leave the club, and basically now apparently he has lost a lot of time and trustworthy in Jurgen Klopp, and you can significantly sign what the reports are suggesting that Philippe Coutinho does want to currently make the move to Barcelona. The long speculation going on about this, right? So this deal's been trying to get finalised for quite a while now, since Barcelona have had their interest in the player. Since had interest in the player, and we know the Coutinho's agent's gone to Barcelona to try and get the deal finalised. We know Barcelona have headed to England to try and get the deal finalised, and things have been discussed. Coutinho's had his say. He's discussed with Jurgen Klopp, with his stance and how he feels at the club. Everything basically has been discussed in this situation. They've tried to get the deal finalised. They know a 70 million bids being rejected and 89 million bids being rejected. So that's two bids that have been rejected for the player. And that's what you're doing? Talking on YouTube. And one within 35 minutes. I think that was a 90-point summit bid rejected. So I think 2 or 3 bids have been rejected for the current player. We know that Philippe Coutinho is currently injured, and he hasn't been training with Liverpool. He has been injured. He's set to miss the Watford game today with them. He may be set to miss the Hoffenheim game as well, but he feels unhappy, and this is what has been currently reported regarding the player. But it's weird because back in 2013, I think Coutinho had put a tweet out that when he first joined from Inter Milan, I can't remember how much I bought him for. He said he loves the club. He loves the club. It's a great club, great players, and he feels very, very happy and looks to step up in his career. And this is what's basically being said. And his 4 years at Liverpool, he has been absolutely fantastic. And look at his overall stats. You've got 37 crosses for a midfielder. 70 dribbles completed, 65 chances, 14 goals, 7 assists last season. Liverpool know how much of an important figured player that Philippe Coutinho is, and he plays well in that number 10 role for Liverpool. He's a creative, agile, quick, strong, good at driving forward, and Liverpool know how much of an important player he is, and we know Liverpool are standing firm in this. Liverpool board are standing firm in this situation. They're being ruthless. They have basically made it clear they are not willing to sanction or offload Philippe Coutinho. And reports had broke out yesterday. There has been discussions going on anywhere. Reports had broke out yesterday that he handed in a current transfer requested Philippe Coutinho. This was currently rejected by Liverpool because the owners had come into the equation there, had they say, and made it clear that the player is currently not going to be sanctioned off and the player is not currently for sale. So I think he's notified the club as Coutinho that he does want to leave the current club. He responded to the suggestions that the owners had said. He interacted with the club sporting director, reacting what the owners had said. He interacted back. He reacted to what he reacted, and he interacted with the director, basically saying with his own desire that he does want to leave the current club, and there has been discussions between Jurgen Klopp and Coutinho, and he wants to make the move, but the Liverpool board are basically suggesting what, in the circumstances of any bid that gets offered, Liverpool are not considering to offer any bid that Barcelona offer. They are not willing to accept any bid at all for the player, and apparently the owners are confident, right? They did sign him from Inter Milan, and they're confident he will be at They're convinced he will be at Liverpool by the end of the month. And this is basically what has been said. But I think Klopp's concerned about the current player's injury. But I think he does want to leave the club, does Philippe Coutinho. And Liverpool wouldn't want to lose him. You know, he's one of their most creative players. He's fast, he's quick, he's tenacious, good at breaking up the play, very good goal scorer, very good in their midfield. And I know it's hard to reject big, you know, when big money's getting thrown at you, as we've seen in this transfer window, you know, with the Neymar, with the Mbappe, what's going on, you know, it's hard to reject so much amount of money that's getting offered for your players. But Klopp might be taking into consideration the money is not everything, because it's still hard, even if you've got that money, to find them individual placements of a player of that calibre. So this is what Jurgen Klopp may think, and they know he is an essential player. So we'll have to see what happens about that. We know Liverpool have got Salah. I think they've got another player as well. They still need to do more in this transfer window. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool need to do a lot more in this transfer window. But Coutinho is forcing me. There's still there's still pundits out there that are confident he will not leave the club. But for what he's put his point of view across Coutinho, he's feeling unhappy the way negotiations and discussions have been going. So I think he does want to currently make the move. He will elevate to that higher level, will Philippe Coutinho. So we'll see what happens about that. Anyway, we got breaking news about Danny Rose. Apparently now, obviously we know Manchester United are interested in the player. We know Chelsea are interested in the player. Apparently now we could maybe will to offer Luke Shaw as part of a swap deal for us to capture Danny Rose, because Luke Shaw, he is injured. He has been injury prone, yes. He did get a lot of criticism last season off Manchester United and Jose Mourinho, but I did say we should still need to give him another season. But apparently now this is in the Manchester Evening News that Luke Shaw could be part of the deal, maybe with Danny Rose. That's what Manchester United are willing to offer. But with the change of scenery now from Danny Rose, as he keeps saying, he has apologised to about his interview that he made the other day. He said, I apologise to the manager, I apologise to the fans, I apologise to my teammates. No, I apologise to the chairman, I apologise to the manager, I apologise to my teammates, and I apologise to the fans. So that's a change of scenery. And Pochettino he's accepted the apology. He says we keep calm. He feels as though now he's still under the club plans, and he said we basically move on. And Danny Rose has suggested wishing them good luck against Newcastle tomorrow. So do you still think he still wants to be at the club? They may be negotiating, because he recommended Tottenham to make some world-class signings, improve their squad, because they're the only team that haven't made signings. And he also said something to do with Google as well. And this is what he said in the current interview that he currently gave out. And this wasn't currently unrecognised, you know. This was not unrecognised. This interview went viral. But Danny Rose said he wasn't being offending the club. He was just being honest. He was getting his point of view across. He wasn't happy with the rage he's receiving with Tottenham. And he said, I want to be paid what I am worth. And he said he will make sure he gets paid what he is currently worth. But that's an essential player for Tottenham, because they've already lost one of the best right backs nowadays in world football to Manchester City. Was absolutely fantastic for England last season. Probably was the best for England last season. So too, Danny Rose has been absolutely fantastic for the last couple of seasons for England. You know, he's been injured since January as Danny Rose. He did make 21 appearances last season, and he's got 4 years on his contract left after signing a 5-year contract before. But he also said this is a big contract left in me. And he just basically said in the interview, we're running out of time for trophies. He said he wants to win trophies. He wants to win honours. I don't want to play 15 years without one trophy or one medal. So there's signs there that he may be willing to leave the club, because these teams out there that will double his wages, because he's on £65,000 a week. Whether Tottenham are willing to offer him a bigger wage, that may keep him at the club. I think some Tottenham players are unhappy with their financial situations at the current club. But Danny Rose has won the PFA for the last couple of years as well. Danny Rose is a player that's good, he's strong, he's quick, he's good in the air. He is still 27, so he has got years ahead of him. He can drive forward good as well. You know, a very, very good player. And I think we still essentially need a left back. We know Chelsea are interested in the player as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. about that situation. Anything else to update you guys today? And yes, Chelsea. We know Chelsea are still interested in Oxlade-Chamberlain. Do you think Oxlade-Chamberlain could possibly go to Chelsea from Arsenal, because it is a London rival? I don't know if there has been any discussions going on. Chelsea apparently had plotted in a 35 million bid for the player. A player that's been at Southampton, a player that didn't have the starts last season with Arsenal, a player that's been at Southampton, a player that's versatile, he's quick, he's strong, he's good at going forward, he's good in the air. He's good luxury in that midfield for Arsenal, so he may be an important, crucial player for Arsenal. Chelsea were planning to maybe use him as a converted right back. Arsenal's classified him as huge talent, is Chamberlain, and he's currently coming to a halt of his contract as well as Oxlade-Chamberlain, and we know, and I think he made in 29 appearances 2 goals, 7 assists last season, and we know Chelsea are still interested in adding ranks and bolstering their midfield up. So they're still interested in Danny Drinkwater. As I said, I don't think there's been any negotiations going on between Chelsea or Leicester at the moment. Chelsea had a 15 million bid rejected for the player. I don't think they're willing to improve their offer. Leicester may have been looking in the region of £30 million. Because Danny Drinkwater's looking to reunite with Kante, who Chelsea did buy for £30 million, and he won the PFA last season with Chelsea. Was absolutely fantastic. Was fantastic partnership with Danny Drinkwater at Leicester in their success. Danny Drinkwater's performances got his name into the England team because his performances were fantastic. He didn't really make a senior appearance for Manchester United. He has been at a few other clubs, but he recently signed a 4 or 5 year deal, I think it was. But I think Craig Shakespeare may not will to sanction him off because they know how much of an important player that he is in their midfield for Leicester. So I don't think there's been any approach of any negotiations going on. I don't think they may have done. Not quite sure, but Chelsea do want Danny Drinkwater. They want Chamberlain. And Chelsea want a few because they've already spent over 100 million. We know they want Sergio Aguero. That come out the other day that a 5 year deal had been agreed with Manchester United. A player that didn't participate in the pre-seasons. A player that's won 39 caps for Ivory Coast. And this is he's won the Liga 1 twice with PSG as Sergio Aurier. He's made 57 appearances in total. I think he's been at PSG 3 years. But we know personal terms, it said he'd been agreed the other week. It had come from reports that personal terms had been agreed. This was estimated £95,000 a week. This is out on a 5 year deal, and it was about £4 million per year. But Chelsea have made inquiries for the player. Apparently, Di Marzio had announced Inter Milan have been in discussions with the player, but I think he does need to leave the club because with Dani Alves in the mix, he's not going to get first team football. Is Sergio Aguero, and that's the thing. I'm getting my point of view across. He's not going to get the first team football, and we know PSG think now the boss in the tree. Now they've made history in football by finalising the deal for Neymar. Now they're on the verge of adding more to that, to getting Kylian Mbappe. So they think the top of the tree now, and they smash the deals of all the deals that have been done over the years, even the Neymar deal alone. But yeah, with Sergio Aguero, we know what he's been convicted of: assault, a police officer, assault, and he's still banned from the UK. Mourinho was slightly concerned about his disciplinary issues, but he's still only young and he's still got time to gain more experience. But I don't think he'd bring any. He's got a bad reputation, but I don't think he'd bring any havoc to Manchester United. He's got work rate. He's tremendous. He's very competitive, very tenacious player, Sergio Aguero. So we'll see what happens. But the fee is apparently a valuation at 27 million. I don't think that's been fully agreed yet, but apparently this is a 5 year deal with the player. We know Chelsea is still after a right back. They've been in for Sandro. Juventus are reluctant and resisted to sell him because they've lost 2 of their key players. So Chelsea have missed out on him. But Conte still wants another at least 2 signings in this transfer window, maybe even more, to add ranks to their squad. And this is what currently Chelsea want in this current transfer window. So anything else to update you guys with today? And breaking news now, yes, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we've got good breaking news. A player that signed, what Jose Mourinho got on a free deal last summer, he's signed a 1-year contract with Manchester United, currently receiving £375,000 a week. But DiMarzio had announced that there has been on negotiations going on between Mourinho and Manchester United and Ibrahimovic to secure him a new deal. And this looks realistically now that this is currently going to happen, because he's been doing fantastic in his fitness. You know, he sees that injury. He suffered that injury back in April, and we thought he was going to be out at least till the end of the year. We know LA Galaxy have had an interest. We know Raioola's been part to do this, maybe to get him to AC Milan, because they've been interested in getting him back, his ex-club. But looks like he's going to be signing another deal with Manchester United, which is fantastic. He was a player that scored 28 goals last season. A player that is aging up, but he's a player that is still crucial. He's agile, he's quick, good in the air, very good prolific goal scorer, and can score a bag full of goals and good at leading the lines. But his fitness regime apparently is going fantastically well, and now looks like he's going to be signing over deal with Manchester United. Fantastic news, you know. Look at the honours he's won in his past career. This is why Jose Mourinho got the player last summer. So we've got positive news on that as well. So the strike position, I do think we're all right for the time being at that strike position. We've got Rashford there, who's going to develop into his game. I think he's done fantastic in pre-season. Lukaku, he's doing fantastic. He's going to guarantee us 20-25 goals this season. Ibrahimovic now is coming back, which is good. So the strike position for the time being, I think we will be okay. That's not the most central position. It's the left. It's the creative. We need that winger, and we potentially need a left back, and we presume we need a right back as well. And I think we will be fine. And as I did notify you, we could be on the verge of signing Bruno Amson from Oliver Reins, the Portuguese forward. As I just updated you, the 19-year-old, the directors give us some feedback saying this is 90% certain that he is going to join Manchester United. He's very, very confident the deal will get finalised. The fee has not come to an agreement yet. Apparently the contract is going to be decent, but that hasn't been estimated yet. The contract, it hasn't been announced. But he made 6 or 7 appearances last season. He risen up the ranks, got himself into the main squad, but United have been scouting him, and he has attracted interest from Manchester United and Jose Mourinho. So this, as what's been said, he is 19-year-old. So this looks like our significant signing for Bruno Amson. So Jose Mourinho's it's good because he's already brought youth into the squad as well. So it's good news. Good that Jose Mourinho's getting youth into the squad, as I said. So that's good, fantastic news. He'll be he'll be into the youth. He may rise up the ranks, maybe get in the first team, the 19-year-old. But yeah, it's good, fantastic news. As I said, have I got what else to update you today? No, so I am going to have a go look at some more reports, see if it has updated, and when it has, I will be notifying you guys about that as always. Anyway, guys, drop comments, likes below on the video, subscribe to my channel. Take it easy. See you later. Bye.